What's going on, guys? RC and Trains here, back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be going over all of our HO skill trains. So this is going to be all the locomotive power that we have in our collection. Alright, here on the end is an Athearn Blue Box GP9, number 6147 in the Burlington Northern Green paint scheme. This thing I got at a change for $20, brand new, never been run before. I haven't fully assembled it yet, but I did put couplers on it. That's all about that's been done to this locomotive. So yeah, moving on. It's just DC. Next up, we have this River Rossi dockside. I think I got this at a train store for by $10. It's a pretty decent runner. It's two-wheel drive though, which is interesting. Alright, next up is a Rapido F40 PH in the Phase 2 Amtrak scheme. It has lock sound. It is one of two of DCC diesels I actually own. My favorite one by far. It's going to be pulling our Superliner train once our layout is complete. Next up is this Southern Pacific EMD switcher number 77. This started life as a Broadway Limited Paragon 2, I believe, but now it's Tsunami 1. Right now it's having an overhaul. As you can see, the cab's off, but once I put the drive shafts back in, that thing will be running. Up next is the EMD switcher Luma Linda Loop number 34 in the custom paint scheme. This thing is detailed out very nicely. I just posted a video yesterday about the history, a little bit of history behind it. If you guys want to see that, I recommend going to watch that. Here on the end is a GP 35 Conrail number 7809. This thing is weathered out, and this is an Atlas. And one thing I would like to say about Atlas, as far as it goes for DC diesels, they're the most underrated manufacturer by far. These things are the nicest things I've had in terms of DC. This one actually is my smoothest running DC diesel by far, and it's actually detailed pretty well. The weathering really makes the colors pop on it, but I just wanted to say that about Atlas diesels. Alright, up next is the steam engine. I know there seem to be a lot of them here. I'm sure there are a few that are just around that I'm missing out of the collection, but these are the main ones, the ones I actually run the most. So we're going to start here on the end. This one on the end is a Bachmann Climax, Bachmann Spectrum Climax. It's custom weathered by the Diorama Man. It's currently not working. It suffers from the cracked gears that the old Shays and the Climaxes suffer from Bachmann, but let's just appreciate that detail for a minute, guys. It's a beautiful locomotive. Up next is this Bachmann Spectrum Shay 3-truck. This thing has DCC and sound, Tsunami 1. Solid steam locomotive. Up next is the River Rossi Heisler. This thing is the old run that has the big motor inside the cab, but actually I switched it out for one that's compatible with DCC. So this thing might be getting DCC soon. Up next is this Montour 040 shifter. This thing's from the mid-50s. I believe it's numbered 99, and I got this at the train show a pretty long time ago. And the motor recently went out on it, and I made a video actually on this channel restoring it with this 040 shifter's motor. And this thing runs pretty well now. This is just a dummy locomotive. I got this at a train show just for the purposes of giving its motor this one. That's about it. It's just, like I said, just a dummy loco. Nothing special there. Right here is the Bachmann GS4 in the daylight paint scheme. This thing just has DCC on board. It is not the sound value version. This is the version that came out in the blue boxes just before the sound value versions came out, probably about 2010. Next up is this 620 mountain type locomotive from IHC. This thing is in the Great Northern paint scheme and is obviously a mountain type. 3993. This thing has a very special history with me. It's one of the first steam engines I actually bought at a train show, and I saw this at a table probably when I was about 7. I was like, wow, that thing is just beautiful. How much is it? And I look at the box, and it was $10 warped. It says warped right there. So the story behind this, they didn't know if it ran. As you can see on the side, it is a little warped. The plastic is just a little bent. I think it's probably just from some sun damage. Either way, guys, this is the best running DC steam locomotive I have in the collection currently. This thing runs perfectly. $10, I couldn't believe it. It was such a good deal. IHC steam locos are pretty good. Next up is this MTH 9000 series number 9000. It is a 412-2. Honestly, nothing too special about this. I just picked it up at a train show. Just because it was a pretty good deal. I thought I would really like it, but it's not something I'm actually interested in owning anymore. I'm not a fan of the articulation in it. I know you can make it rigid with the part they included, but you have to have like 50 something inch radius, and that's just absurd. Next up is this MTH Big Boy. This is not the current run with the steaming whistle. This is the one before, which actually I think is a better run by far. The biggest thing with the new ones are you can't detach the tender, and there's no deck plate. But I saw that when MTH put out the video, I was just like, wow, that is such a big detail that's left out. So definitely this is the better run to buy. But anyways, this thing currently doesn't run. It has a cracked gear. Hopefully they put out the replacement parts for the newest run so we can get this thing back up and running. Number 4014, pretty nicely weathered. Here is my favorite locomotive I own. This is the MTH GS4 in the BNSF Excursion Scheme, or BNSF Employee Special Scheme, obviously number 4449. This thing has made many appearances on this channel, and it is my favorite locomotive. I got this thing 4 years ago, brand new on eBay, so that's enough said about that. Up here is the 462 Mikado in the Fantasy Daylight Scheme. This thing is an AHM. It's DC, nothing really special here, just a good deal at a train show. Second to last here is my very first HO scale steam locomotive I ever had. Number 1836, it is a prairie locomotive from Bachman, DC. It's a pretty basic locomotive, but it's just pretty sentimental to me just because it's my first locomotive. And finally, there's this 040 saddle tanker in the Baltimore and Ohio scheme. I believe this is a River Rossi. Got this thing in the train show for $7, so it was just a good deal. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you feel like you want to see more updates from this layout and this channel, please consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell. If you like this video, obviously like it. If you want to see any of the locomotives featured in this video running with a train, please put that down in the comments. I'd love to upload a video that you guys requested of just one of our contests going around the layout. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.